And meanwhile, what is your president doing? This is your president. What is he talking about? He's screaming at us, and you got to love the echo effect. By the way, this is when he was speaking to the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers at their 40th annual conference in Chicago, Illinois. And so he's in this venue, and of course there's this built-in echo. I mean, it couldn't be any more 1984 oriented. You've got Big Brother talking to you in a giant auditorium with an echo built in, and Big Brother's yelling at you. Your president, Big Brother, is yelling at you because he's not happy about the food shortages. Don't you love these people? He's not happy about who created the food shortages. Who, when they came into office, look at the chart on the inflation numbers. The second Biden was sworn in as president, they started to skyrocket. And you can find that on a chart if you look for it. The media is not going to give it to you. The corporate media, at least, will give it to you. We'll try to tell you about it and tell you that it's out there to go check out, because you ought to know that Biden's the one, his policies are causing a lot of this, and yet he's the one railing against it. It shouldn't be like this. We'll stop it. Well, you caused it. Listen to your president here.
Remember those long lines you see in the television? People lining up all kinds of vehicles just to get a box of food in their trunk. How could we forget? People were hurting. And what does the MAGA crowd want to do? Forget it. Forget it. God says in the United States of America, the idea that people would have to wait in line an hour and a half to get a box of food in their trunk. It's unbelievable.
Big Brother says it's bad. That's bad. Make it change, Big Brother. Do something for us, please. Give us more food. Anyway, that's Biden's response, right? It's just to yell at the crowd about the situation that his policies have helped to create, as though it's not completely his fault, as though he doesn't have control over it, as though, leaving the southern border open and giving away all this welfare and all this money to people coming across, which we've documented here on the show, as though giving away all this money into Afghanistan and leaving all that military equipment, as though giving away all this money into Ukraine is not causing some of these problems. This guy's going to stand up there and yell at you like it's your fault that this is happening. No, it's his fault, and he won't take any responsibility. And I think, frankly, they're basically doing it on purpose, but that's a whole other topic that's going to take a long time to explain. So we'll leave that there. Now, one thing I will say, you caught his phrasing of the great MAGA king, right? You heard that?
I heard that.
You're going to start to hear this everywhere, the great MAGA king and the phrase ultra MAGA, because there was get this, folks, the White House did a 6-month study to try and come up with the most pejorative phrases to use against people who are essentially Trump supporters. So what's the worst way, according to the polling, that we can describe them that will turn the most people against them? And they came up with ultra MAGA and the great MAGA king. Now, the lady who was running this study is a lady named Anita Dunn. Some of you may remember she worked in the Obama administration, which this Biden is just Obama 2.0, right? It's the Obama-Biden administration, as even Biden has called it before, or one that I prefer, the O'Biden-Bama. That's one of my favorites of his gaffes, the O'Biden-Bama, because, he's like O'Biden, and Bama is, I guess, like Obama. So anyway, the buddies are back together. Remember, they got those little bracelets with their names on it? They're back in action together. But what you got to love about this, Jen Psaki, who's no longer the White House press secretary, her last lie, essentially before leaving the building, was to tell reporters that when Biden said great MAGA king, that was an organic utterance, she said. That was an organic utterance. So, they can't even tell the truth about anything, everything. Get the picture here, folks. Everything with these people is a lie. They had a 6-month study commission to come up with that term, and then they're going to say Biden just came up with it off the cuff, like Biden speaks off the cuff and he's not reading a teleprompter. Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, by the way, this lady, Anita Dunn, just to add to her resume, she also advised Harvey Weinstein about how to attack the media, because that's her specialty, is controlling the media through pressure and political leverage. Gaslighting. How do you and blackmailing? That's what she does with the media. is through pressure and political leverage, and she was advising Weinstein about how to keep his story out of the media. So great lady here, right? Somebody you'd love to run into at a cocktail party, I'm sure. And the firm that she used to do this study is called Hart Research. Now, you'll love this. Hart Research is the firm that does all of the polling for CNBC and NBC. Oh, okay, so real independent group there running the polling. They're also running, Democrat smear operations to come up with the right terms to use. I don't know if they ran deplorables. They probably did because Hillary Clinton said it. They probably ran that through polling. So this is the sequel now to the phrase deplorables, and that's Ultra MAGA and the Great MAGA King. And watch, they will start to use this in the media over and over again because the media is the echo chamber for the liberal wing of the Democrat Party. And that's exactly what they're going to do. And they're going to push this down, and they're going to try to get you saying it and get you believing it, more importantly. And that's the programming. That's the propaganda. That's the 1984 world that we're living in right now, folks. So make sure you're awake. We'll be right back on The Morgan Streetman Show. Thank you for listening to The Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard. And if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.